Bruce Thompson for BT Pilates. Stretch, massage and exercises for cubital tunnel syndrome. Cubital tunnel syndrome is a nerve pinch syndrome. It's the second most common in human beings after carpal tunnel syndrome, and it's more common in people over 40 years of age. It occurs when we are bending our elbow a lot. For example, if we go to sleep, the nerve gets pinched and we get a numb or dead arm, especially to the third and fourth fingers. Or if we're doing work or athletics with a bent elbow, for example, javelin, then again we can get this horrible oppressive neural ache around this area and up into the fingers. Another common thing is with working a mouse for prolonged periods of time, and we've got the area and along the elbow that is just pressed there and it's pressing on the nerve, and we get a horrible oppressive neural ache and perhaps a little tingling in these third and fourth fingers here. Now, the surgeons have named the condition cubital tunnel, which implies that the only part of nerve pinch for the ulnar nerve is in something called a cubital tunnel. I'll show you where this tunnel is, and then I'll explain that there's actually quite a lot of points of pinching on the ulnar nerve other than just where the surgeons operate. And that being said, the surgeons are working on the most common side of nerve pinch, and when they relieve it, there can be a 90% improvement in your condition. So that being said, there's a lot we can do in terms of stretch, massage and exercise. So here is the actual location of the cubital tunnel or groove, because it is a groove. It's a tunnel because it's got a connective tissue roof over it. So we're just standing in the anatomic position. It's anatomic because that's how it is in anatomical textbooks. We have here the medial epicondyle. That's a prominent bump of the humerus or upper arm bone. And we have here another bony bump. It's the end of the ulnar bone. It's called the olecranon. Now, between these 2 points is the ulnar tunnel or groove, and this is where the ulnar nerve runs. I'm going to turn around in the anatomic position with the thumb out, and we've got the medial epicondyle, we've got the olecranon, and in between we have a groove, and you can see how my finger can press into that groove. Now watch what happens when I bend the elbow. You see how the groove is obliterated and the finger's pushed out of it, and the nerve's being pushed out with it too. Now fortunately there's some connective and fatty tissue around that nerve that's cushioning it quite well, so that's not a problem. That's where the surgeon will operate to release things, and it can be 90% effective. However, nerve pinch is not just in that groove. So if we want to look at stretch, massage and exercise, there's a lot we can do to loosen up the tight connective tissues. And after all, as we get old, we all get tightness of connective tissues and muscles. So anywhere around the elbow, 3 inches above, 3 inches below, there's areas that we can stretch and massage. If we just turn around, and you can see I put the line of the ulnar nerve. We start up here. At this point, there's something called an arcade of Struthers. This is the point where the ulnar nerve runs from alongside the biceps muscle, and it crosses over to the triceps. And from there it follows round into the groove, as you can see. If we go into the groove itself and follow forward, we've got a direct line towards the pinky finger side of the wrist. And in this area we have something called an arcade of Osborne, which is named after a 1950s surgeon who pioneered this work. And in here, there can be a tightness between the 2 heads of something called the flexor carpi ulnaris. While we're here, we might notice any of these muscles on the non-hairy side of the forearm can be tight and pulling on connective tissue and contributing to tightness over this ulnar nerve. Bruce Thompson for BT Pilates. Stretch, massage and exercises for cubital tunnel syndrome.